Coleen Rooney and Rebekah Vardy fell out in spectacular style last year as the Wagatha Christie row raged. The War of the Wags started when Coleen accused Jamie Vardy's wife of selling stories about her private life to the press in an explosive Instagram post, something she strongly denied. Rebekah, 37, has now reignited the feud by opening up about the drama in an appearance on Loose Women this week. In an explosive confession, the wag claimed the stress of the drama landed her in hospital 3 times as she was pregnant with her daughter Olivia as the scandal broke. She said, "It was really hard. It was up there with one of the worst things I've had to deal with apart from being abused by my stepdad when was younger. The trolling was the worst part for me. Have been trolled before and do get it all the time, but it escalated off the back of this. Think people don't realize when they are saying stuff like that. I ended up with severe anxiety attacks. Ended up in hospital 3 times. Ended up with kidney stones. Felt like couldn't go out with people. Just looking at me, just questioning whether did she do it? Did she not do it? No one would ever say anything to your face, they never do. Do they? They aren't brave enough to say things to your face." The wags became embroiled in furious row after Coleen accused Rebekah of leaking stories about her to the press. After suspecting Jamie Vardy's wife, Coleen, who is married to Wayne Rooney, says she leaked series of fake stories that only Rebekah's account could see on Instagram to test whether or not they'd make it into the papers. And when they did, she revealed her detective work that saw her nicknamed Wagatha Christie in an epic statement that went viral on social media. Coleen wrote, "For few years now someone who trusted to follow me on my personal Instagram account has been consistently informing the Sun newspaper of my private posts and stories. There has been so much information given to them about me, my friends and family, all without my permission or knowledge after long time of trying to figure out who it could be. For various reasons, had suspicion." Coleen then revealed the details of her plan to expose the perpetrator. She explained, "To try and prove this, came up with an idea. Blocked everyone from viewing my Instagram stories except one account. Those on my private account must have been wondering why haven't had stories on there for a while. Over the past 5 months have posted series of false stories to see if they made their way into the Sun newspaper. And you know what they did? The story about gender selection in Mexico, the story about returning to TV, and then the later story about the basement flooding in my new house. It's been tough keeping it to myself and not making any comment at all, especially when the stories have been leaked. However, had to now know for certain which account individual it's come from. Have saved and screenshotted all the original stories which clearly show just one person has viewed them. It's Rebekah Vardy's account. Pregnant Rebekah cut her Dubai holiday short to return to the UK as the scandal raged, and she was pictured in tears at the airport. Tweeting her response to Coleen's statement, Rebekah explained, "As have just said to you on the phone, wish you had called me if you thought this. I never speak to anyone about you, as various journalists who have asked me to over the years can vouch for. If you thought this was happening, you could have told me, could have changed my passwords to see if it stopped. Over the years various people have had access to my Insta. Just this week found was following people didn't know and have never followed myself. I'm not being funny but don't need the money. What would gain from selling stories on you? I liked you lot, Coleen." After 2-year relationship and share 2 children, Sophia and Finley, the latter of which was born in January 2017. Rebekah also has 2 more children, Megan and Taylor, from previous relationships, whilst Jamie has daughter, Ella.